think we just lost our focus defensively. We did a pretty good job defensively in the first half, making them shoot from the perimeter. They were, in the first half, they were 3 of 14 from the 3. Beautiful. Everything's lovely. Second half, they're 0 of 3. We only make them shoot 3 threes in the second half. We lost our defensive focus because we weren't shooting the ball well. It's a classic example of letting your offense affect your defense. So we go from doing a pretty good job defensively in the first half to doing a very poor job defensively in the second half. All night we weren't hitting shots. We have to have something else that we can go to. If we're not hitting our threes, then we've got to be able to get the ball to the basket. We've got to be able to get the ball inside and finish. And we didn't do a very good job of that tonight. We didn't finish around the basket, and obviously we didn't shoot the ball very well from outside. So that combination, you're not going to win a conference game. You're not going to win a conference game. So that's what I have to say. There you go.
You talked about offense affecting defense, and that's something you never want to see happen.
Right.
And I know you got some new players, but you got guys up there that have been in the program, and you got some older players. I mean, did that surprise you a little bit that they allowed that to happen? Yeah,
a little bit. I mean, we got a lot of guys that are, like some of the newcomers have not played a lot of basketball. Right. So you can understand that a little bit. But yeah, the Evericks and the Robert Carpenters and the Dustins and people like that, you wouldn't, think that, but, offense gets in guys' heads, particularly if you're a shooter. That kind of gets in your head a little bit, and I think it did. I think it got in our head a little bit, lost our focus. I think we got a little tired maybe down the stretch. They're very athletic. Georgia College is very athletic. They're not very tall, but they're very athletic. And I think they wore us down. I think their defense wore us down. I think their athleticism on the boards. There's no way they should get 17 offensive rebounds. The game plan coming into the game was to make them shoot from the outside and get the rebound. That's about as simple as it gets, And we were making a miss. They're not a good outside shooting team. But you've got to get the rebound. And more times than not, we didn't get the rebound. Clark, I thought, did an okay job. I think some of our other guys, Luka did a good job rebounding. But, it's got to be a team effort. It can't just be one or two guys doing it. The way we are, all 5 of our guys have got to rebound. So, 17 offensive rebounds for them is totally unacceptable. The defense in the second half was totally unacceptable. We hold them the first half to 3 free throws, and they get 23 in the second half. And that was a few fouls there at the end, but they just take it to the hole. They just take it to the hole, and you have to impose your will on them. They imposed their will on us. It's like what strength is going to, prevail? Which strength is going to prevail? They imposed their will. We're not going to shoot the 3. They said, we're not going to shoot the 3. We're going to the basket, come heck or high water, So they imposed their will on us. I feel like we're not a one-dimensional team. I felt like we could have gotten the ball inside a little bit, but some of our decisions as far as passing the ball in there, we turned it over way too much. We just got to get better. I think we got to get better. They only had 6 turnovers. Yeah. And that's a little bit to be expected if we're sagging and, but it's not to be expected the way we played in that second half. We were sagging and still letting them go to the basket, so that was a bad combination.
I know having Clark on the bench early, that didn't help.
Yeah, it didn't help. He has a tendency to clog things up in there pretty good. And he's coming around offensively. He's still a work in progress. Clark is definitely still a work in progress. But if we, hopefully there were some good signs from Luka tonight. If we can get him going, if we can get Michael going, get a few more of these new guys going. We're not, we're not that far, but we are far. Right. We're not that far, but we are a long ways away right now. We just got to keep plugging, keep working.
I know preseason polls and stuff like that, don't mean anything, but on paper, a lot of people would probably look at this and say this is a game Francis Marion has to win on their home floor.
It was a big win.
Is this a bad loss for you guys?
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think any loss on your home court is a bad loss. You know, I really do. I think I don't care who we're playing, it's a bad loss, you know. But it's just one. You know, it's like you can't think, well, golly, our next game is against this person or our next game is against that person. I don't care who we play this year. It's going to be a fight. You know, it's going to be tough. We're going to have to play well. So, you know, it was a big game, though. I mean, we only have 9 home conference games. We got 10 away conference games. And you want to try to hold home court, you know. It'd be nice to get the little home court advantage that some of the other people in the conference enjoy. But I don't know if I'm going to live to see that. So.
And I mean, you guys only played 3 games coming in too.
Yeah.
And you have to
Yeah, both of us.
Play.
Yeah. I mean, none of us. Both of us. Yeah, we
didn't
didn't play a lot of games, but I mean, it was really the game plan was pretty cut and dried. And again, for 20 minutes, we did a good job defensively. The whole night, offensively, we didn't put the ball in the hole. That was probably the thing. I think we had some good looks. I think we had some good, you know, schemes. But the dang thing just didn't go in the hole. You know, we're better shooters, I think, than what we showed tonight. You know, even from the line, you know, we're not really hitting foul shots the way we need to hit them. So a bad loss, but we got to regroup. We got to keep it in perspective. It's only December 2nd.
Right.
You know, it's still very early in this season. Still very early in this season, and I think there's a lot of potential for us to get a lot better. You know, and again, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means if we get better, but I think we can get a lot better. I think we can get a lot better. So.